Hello, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hoping you're all good. Thank you so much for coming back. You're welcome to this YouTube channel. Feel at home. Feel free to interact, to talk, to comment. And I know in one or another, you'll get one thing that maybe you'll carry home. Thank you so much for coming. You're so much welcome. It's another time that we have come here to just have a simple talk, to just communicate, to just share ideas. And today, I have come necessarily and maybe partly addressing women or ladies. And I would like to touch on something of how important it is to empower yourself as a woman. How important it is to be an empowered woman, especially in this era we are in. I know times have changed and it's good because women have realized that times have changed. These are not the times that women belonged to the kitchen or maybe to the backyard or something of the sort. It's a time that women have realized their potential and they have realized that they are also equal to the task. And it's very important. And I'll urge each and every woman or each and every lady who is listening to me today that it's not a time of just sitting there. It's not a time of just waiting things to happen. It's a time that we as women, we have to be on our toes and to see what we can do. Because we grew up in the lives of our baby parents and our grandparents. There's this notion that women were maybe their responsibility or their work was just maybe to stay at home, give birth, and bring children up. And we are at times that things have changed. And I think when we go to that, according to that notion of those early days, we'll lose it at that. These are not the times women used to just sit down and just await their husbands or their men to come and provide to them. Times have changed. And as good as early as we are young, growing up, let's have this tendency of working hard, this tendency of having our own money. There's a lot that comes with a woman having her own money. There's this notion that when women are empowered, it's a way of maybe empowering women was being discouraged because it was felt that when a woman has money, maybe she doesn't become submissive, maybe she doesn't see the importance of a man. But I think it's the high time we have to realize that empowering a woman does not make her even maybe superior or anything. We have to see it as a common thing that women need to be empowered. Women need to be working. Women need to be in those tables where issues are being discussed. Because one thing that we can come to a consensus is we go to school together, we are going to these campuses together, we are having the same degrees, we are having the same education, we are competing together. That's the same reason that even when we come here out in profession and in career, we also need to be there together. Because we are all going to school. We are all learning. We are all getting these skills. So it's a high time as women, we get to realize that it's not a time of being left behind. We have to be at par with our dear brothers, with these men. We have to be at par. Because one thing I get to realize is that when a woman has her money, there's a lot that changes even in the perspective of how you are handled in this life we are in. Because I used to see as we were growing up, women used to be beaten a lot by husbands. And in those past days, marriage was like, if you're married, you have to endure. Whatever comes, you have to endure. Whether the marriage is toxic, whether the husband is toxic, whether maybe the marriage is unconducive, you have to endure. They believed as a woman, you had nothing else you could have done. You have to stay in the marriage for the sake of children, for the sake of, I don't know, dignity and all that. But nowadays, this has changed. And one thing that I get to borrow from whatever was happening in those old days is because everything belonged to men. You know, in those past days, even women didn't have even IDs. They never had even bank accounts. They had nothing. That's why, however, the marriage, even if the marriage became toxic, the woman had nowhere she could have gone. Because where will you go? You have nothing. The only option you have is going back to your mom's house, also of which that one was not like around in those past days. So as a woman, you had to stay in your husband's house. Either you're being molested, either the environment is unconducive, you had to stay there. And we are at times that I think that one is no longer happening. And it's good. And thank you so much for women who have realized their role and they have empowered themselves. And they are on the long run looking for finances, looking for those high things that they can do. Because women, we have to empower ourselves so that even men can respect us, so that even men can see our worth. Because let me tell you, if you have your own money, if you have your own things that you're running, even if you get married to a man, this man will respect you. Because in one way or another, he knows that even if you part ways today, you will not suffer even a minute. You have all your things running. You are able to pay yourself rent. You are able even to cater for the basic needs of your children. And it's very important at times when you're in such a capacity, because even the woman, the man that is in your life, he must respect you. Because yourself, you have given yourself a worth. So even the person who is coming to into your life, he will see a worth in you. But when you're just there sitting, you're just waiting. You know what? I'm a woman. I'll get married, and my man will provide. My man will do this. My man will do that. It's okay. Your man will do it. But it's not a time that we're there waiting for a man to do everything for us. Yes. Nowadays, actually, even as these men, they also want a woman who is empowered. They are also after women who is empowered. Yes. They also want to know, yes, we are getting married, but also what you have. And as we say, what are you bringing on the table? You not just get married, you just there. All you do is just stay in the house, waiting to be provided for. Especially in the life you're living in, I think there's a lot that needs to be done. And at times as a woman, you need to have something to at least chip in something. The man will not be paying the rent. The man will not be providing school fees. Do you know every other bill? Go do shopping, and then maybe every evening you're like, hello, what are we eating for supper? Send this and this, go and buy supper. Each and every day you'll be borrowing even money to go and buy tomatoes, money to go and buy even something to take for a night. Imagine. I don't think this is supposed to be happening in this era. Just have something. Just in case even your man doesn't provide, you're safe. You know your children are safe. You even at times save yourself a lot of agony of becoming like you're like always begging. Let me tell you, as women, we have to learn to empower ourselves. It's good to have a man who provides. It's good to have a man who caters for your basic needs. But let me tell you, it's also very important to have something that you know, just in case this man does not provide, you have a backup. It will save you a lot of mess, actually, a lot of stress, a lot of agony, actually, because it's very important as a woman to have money. It's very important as a woman to just have something that you can do. Let's not be lazy as women. It doesn't matter whether our husbands or our men are rich, but always have something. Because at times the man might be there, but even something can happen to this man. Actually, these men are also human beings. Some are employed. You can be sacked out of that job that you're employed at. What will happen? He was the provider, he was the breadwinner. He used to bring everything, A to Z. He used to do anything. That anything that is that house, may it be salt, may it be a shoe, may it be your hair, may it be your shoe, everything. He's the provider. Then something happens, maybe he's sacked out of his work. How many months will it take you maybe to just use his savings? And then after that, maybe he hasn't gotten a job for some months. Just imagine. It gets to some point, you see people becoming so frustrated because you are you just relying on one source of income, who is the man. If at all you had something, however small it was, it will cater you at least even for meals. It will cater even maybe for the slightest thing, as little as it could be. The one thing I say is that every money that comes every day is not small. Maybe in that business or in that small thing that you have a day, you are able to have 200 or 300. You're different from that person who is not adding anything into her account. So, as however small thing it could be, just be doing something. Don't be a lazy woman. At times I hear people say, women, you are lucky. Anything can happen. You can be poor today, then tomorrow you're rich. Yes, it's true. But it is not good to grow up in that mentality. You should be very desperate outside. You always be looking for maybe people who are so well up in that. Because your focus is having a man who is well to provide for you. But the moment you know that you can cater for your basic needs and you're okay with whatever you are earning, you'll not be desperate. You'll be after true love. You'll not be after money. That's why we are seeing so many young girls getting to date these wababas or old men. Because they grew up with that notion, I'm a woman. Yes. At times you get to very desperate situations. At times you get yourself into very desperate points. Yani, you can just be with anyone. Bola, he has money. It doesn't matter. He might even be older than your dad. But you don't care. Bola, he has money. But it's because we taught ourselves to be lazy. All we want is good life. All we want is touring. But at times we forget how important it is to have your own money. It gives you a lot of confidence. It saves you from a lot. And how I wish that every woman had that desire of empowering herself. Because I try to imagine in a family setup. You're married, maybe you have 2 children. You get to separate with your husband because maybe the marriage becomes so chaotic because nowadays we can't hide it. It's as clear as it is. Marriages are breaking each day and then. People are really divorcing. I don't know why, but people are really divorcing. And divorce is something that is happening each and every other day. And at times I usually try to imagine in a point of divorce, children are really suffering. And the most children who suffer is those children who their mothers they can't be able maybe to provide to them, or their mothers are not well up, or their mothers are not maybe well empowered. So you cannot be able to provide to those children. Those are the children who really suffer just in case of divorce. So one thing I say, even if you're not empowering yourself or you're not there working for the sake of yourself, consider working for the sake of that rich one who you brought to this world. Because in the point of divorce, what happens at times, if the mother is well up, the mother will take the kids and go with them. Because in one way or another, she knows that she can be able to pay the school fees, she can be able to provide to the children. But let's say the mother has nothing. The mother is not able to provide to those children. In one way or another, you start court cases or you start issues of maybe going for, I don't know what they call it, child support and all that. You start this pull and push with the dad of the kids. So you should provide to the kids and all that. Another thing, you end up maybe leaving the kids with the dad. And maybe the dad gets to marry. Your kids are brought up by a stepmom. I think there are a lot of issues that comes in. But if the mother had enough income to cater for these children, those children never suffers. Because at times, even as a mom, getting to leave your children maybe at that younger age, it is also traumatizing to the mom. It's never easy. It can never be easy. So one thing that I imagine as ladies, even these young ladies who maybe you're planning to get married, before you even get married, be empowered. Have something. And one thing that I usually tell each and every young lady who at times who I get to talk with, before you even make a decision of getting pregnant or even getting a kid, just evaluate yourself whether you are able to bring up this child. Don't get a child in a mentality that the father of the child will be there to provide. No, that one should not be the concept that you have in your mind. Always have this concept. If I bring this child into this world, me, myself, if anything ever happens to the dad, if at all the dad will be out of the lives or in life, will I be able to cater for his or her needs? Will I be able to provide? Even if you're married, by the way, and you are a woman, get kids who you can be able to provide for, even if the dad isn't there. Yes, you as the mother alone, not considering it when we are together. You as a mother, if I get 2 children, if I get 3 children, if this husband of mine, if this baby daddy of mine isn't here, will I be able to bring these children up? This is one thing that should always be in our minds, even when we are getting pregnant and when we are bringing worldly children into this world. Because when we start it at there, we'll save even these young children a lot of messes that is happening. Because children are really suffering. Children are really suffering also because of this issue of stepmom, stepdad, and I don't know what, all these other issues. It's we are really messing our children at times. Because one thing I get to like think of is if each and every mother had a picture of how you'll bring up each and every child that you bring to this world, it could be easy. Because these are the times that we aren't assured that at times, even if you married, you're not sure whether you'll be able to bring those children together in that marriage. Because yes, it's good to be positive. It's not that we are talking out of negativity, but it's the world we are in. Things have really changed actually. I don't know why, because maybe those who have been who are married can tell us. I don't know why, by the way, the divorces are happening so a lot recently. I don't know why. And at times my concern always goes to the children. My concern always goes to the children. So as women, let's always know that at times it doesn't matter however our husbands or our men are supporting. Let's always be doing something. If at all, maybe even your husband or your man gives you some money each and every month, you feel that you have a salary. Always look for something that money that he is giving you is multiplying or it's adding up. Women, we were born to multiply. We were born to always multiply things. Don't be so confident with that money that he gives you. Yani you're so okay with it. Look for something that can add up. If it was 1,000, by the end of the month, how can this 1,000 be 2,000? If it was 2,000, how can it be 25 if not 3,000? Well, it's not a time of just watching the 2,000 a month and another be remaining the same. We have to be doing something. Just be doing something. At times it's good for these men who provide food to their women or to their families. You know, it's very important, it's very key. But there's one thing that I always say, things do happen. Such a man can get an accident. Maybe even he would die, but he becomes crippled or something. He becomes bedridden. And he was the sole provider. And as a woman, you were so okay. You were so confident that my man gives, my man provides. What can happen? Something can happen and he gets to lose his life, may God forbid. And all you have to do is, because something has happened. We have seen widows who have been left with children. Their husband died unexpectedly, maybe because of accidents and any other thing that usually bring death in this world. And they are left with children. You just sit at home, mom. You provided for everything, just comes in, and now the provider is no longer existing. You'll be in a state of confusion. You don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. I always say, even if your husband or your man has a business, just get to know what happens in that business. If he doesn't allow you to work and he has businesses, let him introduce you to that business. Get to know whatever happens. Just in case of something, if you left that business to learn it or maybe to control, you can do something. It's not a time of just sitting in the house. It is not a time of just being so comfortable. No. We have to change the aspect of that old nature women. No, we have to empower ourselves. We have to be on the lookout. We're there out looking for opportunities, having ideas. Yes, because that is the only way we can at times get to nini in this life we are in. It will give us confidence. Have you ever gone somewhere? At times, even when you go even in a certain place and in maybe in a hotel or something, even when the other people are asking for food and all that, you're so confident because you know, even if there's no one to pay my bill here, I have my money. I can pay myself the bill. You have you ever gone to a place somewhere and maybe it gets late? The people you went with, they have no hurry. Many times you have to wait. You don't have even money. Maybe you can pay yourself even an Uber. You have to wait for whoever people you went with to finalize. Maybe it's late. Maybe at times when you have your own money, it's very easy. You just ask for an Uber and you just go home, and it saves you a lot of messes when you have at least a finance or to have a coin or two as a woman. Don't be every time, hello, I want this and this. Every day, hello, I want this and this. And even the minute things, there's nothing that you can provide for yourself. Yes, it will even be earning you respect. Even before your friends, before everyone who, yes, it's good to have your own money. It's very important to empower yourself. Women, let's empower ourselves. Let's look for money. Let's have those ideas. Let's go for those opportunities. Let's be there. You see those tables where they are sitting, those men are sitting, be there. Yeah, these are the times we have to compete with them. Yes, we won't be left behind. Because at times you get into points, men are really frustrating women because they feel they are here. Yeah, a man will be like, he'll go cheat. He knows in one or another, even if you divorce, he'll go and marry the other lady because you left here as the lesser person. But when you are well equipped, actually, it is never a bother to you. You will just take your children, go and look for your peace elsewhere. But the moment you don't have money, you'll keep there begging, you'll keep there crying. It no. The only way you can save your child's life and your children's life is by just having that extra coin. Even your children are confident that even if something can happen, even if I call my dad and I tell him I want this and he doesn't have. On the other hand, I know I have a mom. I'll call her. I love my mom so much. And my mom is my role model. I've grown seeing her. My mom has been so hardworking. And she's always on the lookout to get that extra coin. And I used to see, especially even when we were in campus and high school, at times when we were going back to school, dad used to give us pocket money. And as you live in, you'll go still pass to your mom, and mom will be like, she'll add you something. She doesn't, mom is not concerned about whatever your dad gave you. That is not even a concern. But she also have her share as a mom to add to your pocket money. That's what happens when a woman is empowered. Your children are so safe. Because in one way or another, they know that there's a backup. I'm in campus and I call my dad and maybe his things are not working. I know I have a mom I can call and she'll be there to provide. Moms, women, we have to be empowered. We have to have something in our bank accounts. We have to have some money. Yes, for our sake and for our children's life. And even for the family. Because in a case where maybe the man, his things are not working, at times things do happen. Maybe your man, this and this happened. Maybe his things they have been taken because of maybe loans and such like. At least as a woman, you can stand for the family for a month or two. Maybe something has happened to your husband, maybe his businesses or something. That's something that has happened. We can get to like even remember like the times of Corona, how hectic it was. And I think that is something that taught us that a pandemic can come and things stand still. Because at such times, I know there are many families who were at bad points. Because you can imagine now, you're the husband and you're the provider. This pandemic has come. You maybe the where you used to work in, everything has been closed, and it's something that went actually on for almost I think 2 years. As a woman, if you had a different source of income, which maybe wasn't affected by the pandemic, you see, you become a helper of that family. You become the studying anchor of that family. But the moment we are just leaning on one end, it's even it even worries you worried at times, even as the husband of that house, because you're like, if something can never happen to me. That's why at times even these men are looking up for women who are empowered, because you hear them say, at least I want a woman who, if something can happen to me, my children are safe. Yes, yeah, that's what the men are saying. Actually, even men don't want to marry women who are lazy, women who are just a sit at home, women who are just there waiting for everything to be provided for. No, they want a man has a project. You can also come to the table. You say, "Oh, the project at least I have 100,000. I can give you. Maybe it will boost you in something." He's building you guys a home. At least you can say, "You know what? I can go to my bank. I can take a loan of this amount, at least to support you in your project." Yes, men want that. Yes, they also want supportive wives. They want supportive women. Yes. So as much as you're saying you are the table, no, you have to learn on what you're also bringing on the table. You have to bring something on the table. Yes, you have to be doing something, because these are not the times that of the olden days where maybe parents used to stay in the village. There's no rent that is being paid. At times, all the things that you are eating, you are getting them from the shamba. Life there was easy, but here in Nairobi, you can't leave it to one person to be doing everything from A to Z. No. I always say that even these men, they're also human beings. They also need to be helped. And the reason why at times you get married together is to be, yes, we become their helper. And not just their helper in the issues of maybe loudly cooking and all that. Even in that financial state, we become their helper. We're there to help them. We're there at times to, anytime he is in a point that he can't provide, you can chip in and provide. Yes. See ati landlord is coming to close your house because your man has not paid the rent. You can't even get that 20,000, 30,000 to pay the rent. It's good to always have something for the sake of you, your family, and your children. More so, your children. Let's be on the lookout as women. Let's look for those opportunities. Let's have those ideas. Let's start those small businesses. Let's keep trying. Bolake, we are adding a coin into our bank accounts. If you have 1,000, let a month end. Don't allow a month to end that 1,000 being 1,000. Add something. It better be 1,100 other than just remaining as 1,000. We were created to multiply, not just multiplying in the aspect of children. Let's also multiply the incomes. And as husbands, be ready to empower your women. At times, teach them business. Whatever you're doing as a family, as a husband, teach them. Let them be their support system. These women have a lot of ideas. They have a lot of potential that is lying in them. Be there to empower them. Be there to give them opportunities. Don't don't be these men who at times they don't even their women to work. No. Allow your woman to explore. Allow her to try out things. Allow her to be there out trying issues here and there for the much safety of your children. Because we usually say that a dark night usually comes. There is a day we usually call it a dark night in Kikuyu. Yes, and it's never known by anyone. A dark night usually comes. Because of that dark night, always have a backup. It's good as a man you provide, but always ensure that your woman is also doing something. Let's not prevent our women from working. Let's not prevent our women from exploring and doing things they're out. At times, you may feel like you're able and you can as yourself, but you're saving yourself a lot. Something can happen. Thank you so much for your time. I love you guys. Until next time. Bye bye. Love you.